Shows and vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again. You guessed it, with another video. I need each and every Vessel Galactic family member and Drew Nation to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right into it. Look, all right, when you break it off, the slandering starts, and they go to turn everyone against you, so it seems like everything was your fault. You ever been with some person that was cool at first, right? Everything goes right at first. It's like it's straight out of a movie, straight out of a fairy tale. All right. It seems like, it's never going to end. Everything seems perfect. Seems like nothing could go wrong. It seems like everything is happening the way it should. It feels as if it's straight out of a Disney adventure or something like that. Straight up, all right, feels like a Disney adventure. This person is creating a reality where it seems like you could do nothing wrong. It seems like they love you, love you, love you, all these good, perfect, positive things. And it seems like this person can just not get enough of you. They're all up in your face. They call you a million times a day. All right. They text you a million times a day. They're coming over to your place nonstop, always knock, 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 knocking at your door. This person seems like they can't live without you. First, second, or third day, you know this person. They are in their feelings. All right. And it seems like everything is going well. It seems like you two are really hitting it off and things are happening as it should. All right. It feels like this person was sent from God. It feels like this person is, you guys are really compatible. It seems like this person is cool. Seems like they may be into the same things as you. Seems like they're someone that you could, see yourself dealing with or talking to, see yourself seeing this person for a long period of time. But as you get further into dealing with this individual, certain things start to pop up, red flags, to show you that you might not be as compatible with this person as you thought. And it's not that you're looking for things, it's just that you happen to notice certain things. And you see that you and this person have some differences. And it's nothing wrong with having some differences. But besides the differences, you start to see that this person is becoming slightly toxic. All right. You're starting to see that this person doesn't want to give you the type of appreciation that they once gave you. It's like now, maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you did something they didn't like. Maybe they noticed a character flaw, right? This person starts to take notice of all the things that you do wrong. And you start to take notice of that. You start to see that they're pointing out all your flaws. You start to see that this person is only starting to point out the things you do wrong, and they're disregarding everything that you do right. It seems like now that it went from everything you could do right, it seems now as if there's nothing you can do right. And it seems now that you can only do wrong. Now, this person is really starting to become a problem because it's starting to wear you down. It's starting to weigh on your spirit that this person who was telling you all these great things about you, you thought that you were you thought that you were the best person in the world to them or for them. Now this person is showing you otherwise. This person is showing you another side of them, and they will actually do that to have you struggle, hustle, bend over backwards to get back to what they call a honeymoon phase. That's what I just took you through. In the beginning, when you first met them, when it was all good, they took you through what's known as a honeymoon stage. All right. They love bombed you and they told you all the good things about yourself or all the good things about a person that they would like to hear. They told you that you were the one, and all these things that people are together, or people who are with someone or with someone for the moment will tell you. And they said all these things. They got you feeling good. They got your spirit, feeling all warm and fuzzy. This is actually your body trying to let you know that something is too good to be true. Believe it or not. Some of us have thought that this was a feeling or a sensation that was meant to be or meant to happen, or we thought that this person poured so much into us that we actually started to vibrate. We actually started to feel, how this person felt about us. But really what that is, that feeling of being like you just got hit with a tranquilizer or something. It's like a warm, fuzzy feeling. Feels like everything's vibrating. That's actually your brain trying to communicate danger to you, that something that you're undergoing is too good to be true, and it's actually something letting you know that something happening may not be true, or it may not be real, it might be false. So if you're ever with someone, they make you feel like you're on top of the world, or they make you feel like you're the only person in the world, and it's only been a day. You have to be careful and um, very alert, very aware around this kind of person, because they do this to almost everybody that they deal with. And you're not the only one that they've done this to. If they are doing this to you or treating you this way, they most likely freshly just got out of a relationship. That's why when you're with people like this, they will bring up they'll bring up certain people from their past, and they will continuously not talk about them, but they'll kind of like rub it in your face. There's a difference between talking to someone about someone versus rubbing a situation in your face. And these types of individuals will rub, just like they're dry rubbing some beef or something. They'll Some beef ribs. They'll dry rub all their past in your face, so just to see how you react to it, just to see how you feel about it. And if you don't give them the reaction that they want, if you don't start to show them that you care about them the way they want right off the back, freshly knowing them, freshly meeting them, then what they're going to do is they're going to find ways or start looking for things that set them above you, that make them better than you, that set them apart from you, and that kind of even the playing field. Because what they're doing is, sooner or later, they're going to be using you for validation, and they're going to be using you for their grandiosity. All right. They're going to be using you to fuel their life force, because they have no life force. This person that does these types of activities is what? An energy vampire. And you don't want this person to be an energy vampire to you. But it's not easy to tell until it's too late, until you start to see that this person is only draining you of your energy, and that's the only reason or purpose for them to come around. All right, this person will always be on their phone talking to other people. This person will always be looking for things that you're doing wrong. Oh, well, this person never did this, or this person was always like this, or they never did what you did, or why do you behave that way? Or it's like every every little thing that you do. It's like that Ja Rule song. Every little thing that you do is not going to be between me and you. They're going to be telling about y'all business. They're going to be telling everyone about. So dealing with a person like this is going to be extremely different than any of the people that you've ever been with. And this is why it's good to take your time when you deal with people, when you talk to people. This person is what they call a karmic. All right. They're going to want to rush into it. They're going to want to rush everything. They're going to want everything to go fast, and they're going to want everything to go their way. So what you have to realize with this person is they're doing everything for their own benefit. But when you break it off with this person because it becomes too toxic, and you start to see that you're being used, you start to see this person is using you for your energy. And you can tell because they're putting you down. They're doing things to belittle you, doing things to make you not feel like they feel. If you're with someone or dealing with someone, they should be saying things to make you feel better or equal to how they feel, but never should they be saying anything to make you feel worse, less than, or underneath them. And that's what this person is doing. This person, low key, they think they're better than you. And that's because they start to see that you guys have different value systems. This person starts to see that you might have been raised a little different. This person may start to see that you may behave a little different. This person may start to see that your ways aren't their ways. Is that always a lying factor in the reason why two people can't talk to each other? No. But some people who act like this, like that we're describing in this video, they look for people to be better than. They look for people to appease their ego. And once you start to show them that you're better than them, or once you start to not, once they start to feel that you're better than them, and once they start to see that you're not appeasing their ego, it's like they're with this person for no reason. So once they realize that you're not there to give them what they want, to make them to worship the ground they walk on, to make them more important than yourself. All right, once they realize that that's not what you're there for, then they're just going to remain to drain you from your energy and use you for your resources. So it's like maybe you cook for them, they're just going to stick around for that. Maybe you give them a ride somewhere, they're just going to stick around for that. Maybe you're someone that they talk to, they're just going to stick around for that. Maybe they're always maybe they come over to your place a lot, and they're just using you for that. All right. You don't want people to be all up in your mix like that if you guys really aren't vibing. Because when someone keeps coming around and you guys aren't vibing like that, this person is only trying to get from you what they can. And that's what they'll do. But once they see they can't get from you what they're used to anymore, once they see that they're unable to use you, or you're not going to compete with them, or you're not going to give them what they want. Like if it becomes a competition, you know right off the bat that that's what this person is doing. If this person is competing with you, all right, maybe you work and this person works. Maybe you start putting in extra hours and you got to put in overtime because you want to make your life be better. This person is going to start to find ways to compete with you, and they're going to be petty about it. All right, people are petty. So what this person might do is you might pick up some extra hours or go get a second job. This person is going to take that as an insult. They're going to take that like you don't want to spend time with them, or you don't want to see them, or you're trying to get away from them, when in all actuality, you're probably just trying to make more money because this person is tapping into your resources all crazy. And that's not something that you need. So if you see a person that you're dealing with and they're trying to tap into your energy, tap into your finances, tap into your time, it's like they want everything from you but aren't really giving much in return, then that's a sign that, you know what, this is an energy vampire. I shouldn't be dealing with this person and I need to break it off. But once you realize these things and once you see the flaws in them, then and you break it off, they're going to start to go to other people and talk about you and say it was you. They cannot stand to have people view them oppositely of how they want to be seen. They want to be seen like they're the greatest, best, most wonderful person in the world. But once you leave, once you dip on this person, once you no longer continue to deal with them, people are going to see like, oh, okay, so and so left this person. But yo, if you go to leave them, that's going to be the nail in the coffin. That's when they're really going to have a severe issue. When you go to leave someone like this, they're not going to accept that. they're going to want to get into a fight with you. They're going to want to argue, fuss, fight, cuss, all this ratchet stuff. And there ain't nothing wrong with getting ratchet. Sometimes people just want to have a good time. Ooh, let's get ratchet. All right, as long as you ain't bothering no one or hurt nobody, hey, get ratchet. Keep your ratchetness to yourself. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with getting ratchet by yourself or some friends, but when you get ratchet in the form of your behavior is just trash and it's garbage and you're acting that way because you don't get what you want, that's the ratchet behavior I can't really condone. And that's why I don't have people in my life like that. I just don't. But I stopped talking to this person that this happened with, and once I realized that the love wasn't being reciprocated in the way that I was giving it, right? Because I was showing this person some love. At first, they showed me some love. I showed some love back, but then they kept dialing back the amount of love they had. And before I knew it, I was like, oh, okay, I see what happened here. And then I removed myself out of the situation. I didn't stay. I didn't stick around. I didn't wait to see what was next. I didn't wait to see if the person was going to change. I dipped. All right. And I removed myself from this person's presence. I didn't allow them to come back over my place anymore. I didn't do anything for this person anymore. Didn't cook, none of that stuff, order food, none of that stuff. Cooked for myself, kept all my everything to myself, and I started to watch myself rise back up. But when you're with someone like this that you need to break it off with, you're going to start to see everything that you do decrease. Everything you do is going to decrease. Finances are going to decrease. Peace is going to decrease. Stress is going to increase. Everything good that you have going on is going to decrease. And that's a sign from God that the devil sent somebody in your life. All right. The devil will send these types of people in your life when things are going well for you and you're trying to accomplish something, you're trying to win, you're trying to move forward. The devil sends these types of people in your life to set you back and throw you off course, make you fall off the horse so you have to waste time, put your shoes back on and get back on again. And I know that's life, but nobody wants to keep wasting time and moving backwards. But these people are sent by him to waste your time and to possibly make you go backwards. All right. So when you break it off with this person, they're not going to like it. They can't take no for an answer. If somebody doesn't want to be with them, it's the end of the world because they're the ones that aren't supposed to want to. They're the ones that supposed to want to be with. They're the ones that everybody is supposed to want to be having in their presence. But once they realize that, oh snap, this person doesn't want to be with me, or oh, this person is breaking it off with me, they're going to go tell everyone that you're the problem. And that's what happened. Unfortunately, it was a work situation where I knew this person through someone that I worked with, and this person went and had a field day with my name at this job. And everyone that I knew and everyone that they knew now knew that I had a problem or something was wrong with me, but it was a lot going on at this particular time. I was working there and some of the people already didn't like me. And then when I started talking to someone and people see you, enjoying yourself or what seems to be like enjoying yourself, they, started feeling some type of way about that because certain people just want attention from. Certain people will demand and require you to give them attention. And when you're just in one of those situations and it's just a toxic situation overall, no matter what you try to do, you'll find yourself trying to please everybody. And I just removed myself from that job. I left that job. I left all that stuff behind. And if anything, I kind of had to leave that job because that person, like, that person just made it hard for me to work there. So I eventually just left because not talking to them, the person knew the people that I worked with, and it just became bad. Like people were saying that I was crazy or something like that, or there was something wrong with me when there wasn't. And it's like, it's a shame that the person was a whole devil, man. Like I had stuff on my wall, like positive stuff about God and all this stuff. And the person came over and saw it and was making fun of it. And it's like right then and there, that was like a red flag. But I just was like, you know what? Maybe the person's immature. Maybe the person just hasn't found God yet. Maybe some things they don't know. All right, I tried to give baby girl a break, tried to give shorty a break, but it just didn't go. I ended up having to break it off. But this person was not settling for that. They were upset. They were the one that was supposed to break it off with me. They were the one that was supposed to stop talking to me. They were the one that was supposed to leave me behind. I wasn't the one that was supposed to find another person or just stop talking to them at all. And I eventually I didn't even find nobody else. I just was so just happy to be out that situation. I just took some time to myself and was like, you know what? I'm just glad to be not around that person. But that person was extremely toxic. All right. When people when people have to act like something that they're not, they're probably trying to hide something they don't want you to see. All right. So when people are acting like something that they're not, they're most likely trying to hide something that they don't want you to see. And when things are too good to be true, you have to remember that it's like, why is this person trying to really prove to me that they're a certain way? People really want to try to prove to you that they're a certain way so that way they can gain your trust. And once they gain your trust, that's when they start to, because they say that trust is an emotion. So once people gain your trust, you know, they try, and that's why you can't just give your trust to everybody. And that's why certain people can only be trusted but so far and so much. All right. Certain people, when you're dealing with them, if they're not giving you any signs that they're worthy of your trust, don't give it to them. Don't give it out. Don't have it for them. You're allowed to not trust certain people, especially certain people that are showing you signs that you may not be able to trust them. Just because you met someone and someone is saying something and they want to do all these things and they're portraying themselves to be a certain way, don't just freely give your trust to them because they like you, because this person may be coming over your place, this person may be coming to see you, you may be spending time with this person. Don't take their word for it. Look at this person's actions, look at this person's behavior, see how it is they're treating you, and see how it is that they're reacting to you. Most likely these people will point out all your flaws and make you feel like it's nothing you can do right, and they're going to do this to put themselves above you. And these kinds of people have to feel better than the people that they're around, because if not, they're not going to be the prize. This person has to be the prize in the relationship. There's no you and me. All right, when you're dealing with this person, even if you're talking to them, you don't even have to be in a relationship with this person, but there's no you and them. It's just them. They're who's important. They're the only one that matters. Their life is the only one that is one to be recognized. And when you notice that, that's a sign right there to fall back. That's a sign to draw back, because you'll be investing and you'll be wasting your investment, which is basically saying you'd be wasting your time. And you need to see your time as an investment, even when it comes to dealing with people. Even when it comes to dealing with people. All right, especially when it comes to dealing with people. That's what you're going to want to do. See your time as an investment, because people will play with you. And not only that, when you go to free yourself from them, they will call you out and say you're this bad, terrible, evil person. They'll slander you because you want to leave. And the reason why they slander you is because they want to make other people think that you're nuts, because they're the one that's really nuts. And as soon as you tell this person that you don't want to talk to them, as soon as you get off the phone with them, they got boyfriend number two or friend number two or buddy number two just waiting. And the thing about that is especially if you and them know similar people, as soon as you're done with them, they got to go tell everybody that it's your fault. It's something wrong with you. I remember that I had spoke to this person again, and this person had told me that they asked her if she was still talking to that crazy dude, that crazy man. And I'm like, oh, really? And I'm like, oh, so all of them crazy then. And it's like, it could be more than one toxic person in a group, bunch of toxic people can know each other and be in the same place and be in the same area and all be cool with each other. That's possible. All right, so that's what it was. It was just a lot more toxic people than I cared to know at the time. And unfortunately, this person slandered me because I broke it off with them because I saw that they were toxic. And when toxic people see you don't want to be with them because they're toxic, oh, that is it for them. That it sends them through the roof because it's something that they can't change, or they don't know how to change, or they don't know want to change. They don't want to change. So it's like you're coming at them for who they are and their personality, and that's why this person was originally throwing shade at you and trying to bring you down with the belittling and the negative statements, trying to make you feel less than them and to make them feel better than you, because they realized that sooner or later, when they saw that you were raised different, or when they saw that you were better, they saw that sooner or later you were going to be able to see the things that were wrong with them. So instead of you seeing the things that were wrong with them and making them change, they fought back and used this as a defense mechanism to see the things that were wrong in you, to what? Deflect. This is what they do best. When you're with people like this, and it's going to go south, like before you'll notice it goes south, you'll start to see them deflect. Like, why did this person go from loving me to pointing out all my flaws and everything wrong? It's because sooner or later you're going to see that this person has some issues that they need to work on, but they may not be ready to. All right. And the problem they have with you is that they think you're perfect. And they make this assumption because you work on yourself. And I'm going to keep saying that. All right. You work on yourself, and some people don't. And when you work on yourself, there's something that people can see, a calmness in you. They can see a calmness in your spirit, because everybody has things that they go through. Everyone has had bad experiences. But the thing is, all right, some of us choose to work through them. Some of us are, our minds won't rest until we figure out a way to get back to a peaceful state. And some of us, we want peace. We want to be peaceful. We don't want a mindset burdened or ridden with negative thoughts or negative view of ourselves. We don't want that. So what do? We, do our little self work, do our little shadow work, put in the work within ourselves, and make sure that we're a healed version of ourselves. So that way, when we deal with people, we're not carrying all this baggage everywhere we go, into work, into friendships, into business partnerships, into uh, your inner dealings with people that you are feeling at the time. You may be feeling someone, you may find someone cool to talk to, you may find someone that's really interesting, and you don't want to every time you get around this person, you don't want it to be a sob story. You don't want it to be a sad story. All right. You want to be able to have fun and be cheerful and brighten up people's day. Not purposely, I'm gonna brighten up your day. You just want to have the type of spirit that, makes people want to be around, makes people want to hang around, make people want to stick around. Because if you are the type of person that always has problems, people aren't going to want to be around you for long. And some of these people that we end up with end up becoming a problem. All right. They end up becoming a stressor. They end up becoming something that makes you worry, because it's like, what are they going to see wrong today? What do you have to do to not get on this person's bad side today? And that just becomes too much work. That's not fun for anyone. When you constantly have to, all right, well, let me not do this, or let me change that, or let me act different this way. And then they have the nerve that when you want to free yourself from their bondage, right? They have the nerve to want to call you crazy and slander you. Some people will go as far as to saying you put hands on them when they put hands on you. But to avoid all that, as soon as you see people pointing out all your flaws, that's it. As soon as you see people, as soon as you see something wrong with them and they try to get your attention off of it to point out something else, or point out something wrong with you, and all you're trying to do is fix this or work this out, or, and they make a big, huge argument about it when it's really not that serious, cut it out. All right. If this person is to the point to where it's like they're not trying to understand that you need some time to yourself, cut it out. All right. If people are toxically interested in you, like beating your phone up every day, too much texting, too much calling, cut it out. All right. Cut it out. Like off a Full House. Cut it out. All right. Shout out to the Olsen twins. All right. And what was that dude's name? Uncle Jesse. Coolest one on the show. All right. Shout out to everybody. But it is what it is, you know. People, when you get with them, they feel some type of way once you realize that, you know, they feel that they're not perfect because in their mind they're perfect and there's nothing wrong that they can do. And once you start to, because like most likely if you're watching my videos, you can see certain things spiritually on people. And once you see people for who they are, once a narcissist figures out that you know that's who they are, even if they don't know, they are a narcissist. Like this person, she didn't even know what a narcissist was. But when I saw that when I saw that she was on the dark side, oh, it went down from there. And it went from like, I could see that. I'm like, yo, she has some things that she needs to work out. And, you know, I'm thinking that her being with me or knowing me or talking to me or hanging out and chilling with me would fix it because, you know, I'm Mr. Self-Improvement and Mr. Watch a Positive Video and Mr. Read a Book and I'm Mr. You know, not toxic and all this good stuff I'm, you know, putting in my head and thinking about myself, which is, you know, not too bad. But, you know, I was just making sure I could stay positive. But once they can see, right, that you notice them, it's like, okay, well, now I'm going to rearrange all the things you think about yourself because you saw this one thing in me. And when you see this thing in them and they see that, it makes them not feel so good. So once they start to not feel so good, ain't nobody going to feel good. And that's why they'll do what they do as far as bringing you down, making it hard for you to exist around them, saying just some pretty bad stuff to you. And it's like you didn't even do anything, but this person feels slighted. All right. They know that they possibly have been through some stuff and they know that's possibly causing them to have issues with how they deal with people. But this person didn't even know that they were a narcissist. But once you can see that spirit on them, all right, where you know something is off and you know something is wrong, that's when this person's other side is going to start to come out more and more and more, and to the point to where they just don't care, and you just end up dealing with this. And so that doesn't happen. It's best for you to cut it out, or it's best for you to, you know, go where the peace is at, because that's what you should do, you know. But they're going to have their things to say, and if people come to you and be like, oh, I heard you were crazy, or I heard, don't even entertain that. When people, if people start coming up to you, unfortunately, if you talk to someone and they know people you know and you know people they know, or maybe it was something related to where y'all had to be at the same place job wise, or you live in the same area or whatever, and now they're going around and telling people that it's something wrong with you because you don't want to be with them, that person is basically trying to that person is what's the word, defaming your character. All right. And that's what happened to me. Like nobody at the job would really talk to me. People looked at me like I had a problem, or people looked at me like it was something wrong with me. But that's what toxic people do. When you aren't toxic and they are, they'll look at you like there's something wrong with you. It's just to flip the script. It's just another form of gaslighting, trying to make someone think that they're wrong when they're right. And that, they're talking about gang stalking. They'll gang up on you and slander you, gang slandering. All right, they'll all be having something negative to say about you because you don't want to be with someone that they know. And if they knew this person longer than you, and it's just weird. And I think chosen ones have this experience to where when we get around people and they're new people and they don't like you because they can see that there's a difference between you and them, then they'll start to just like group up on you, gang up on you, and they'll all not like you. And that's pretty much what it was coming to, because I previously had some issues with competition and things like that with the people at the job, but I didn't think nothing of it. I was in a new area. I was putting all that stuff behind me, and I wasn't focused on any of that stuff. I just wanted to work, do what I needed to do, and be out. But as a seer, it's hard not to see certain things, and it's like everyone has things. But when people are willing to change, that's one thing. But when people get offended because you brought something to their awareness, or they're able to tell that it's something different about them because of how you view them, then they're going to have an issue with that and they're not going to like that. And on top of it, when you break it off with them and they already know that you see something wrong, and when you break it off with them and now they know it's because it's something wrong that they need to fix, they're going to go around saying that it's something wrong with you, just as a way to be petty, because they can't take the fact that you figured them out or you saw their flaw or you made them feel not perfect, because they think they're perfect. All right, they think they're the bee's knees. They think they're the shiznit. All right, they think they're finer than gold, rubies, and gems and diamonds. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that way about yourself, but it should not be at the detriment to whoever you're dealing with, whoever you're talking to, or whoever you know. All right, so this has just been another video. Keep people on their toes about who they're dealing with, who they're talking to, what behaviors to watch out for in people when they switch up, when they change up. If you're dealing with an energy vampire who will eventually be upset when you break it off with them. Most people are upset when you break things off, but it'll just, you should be able to break it off in a way to where it's peaceful. You go your separate way, they go their separate way. If nobody did anyone any harm or any wrong, neither one should have anything bad to say. You may have had your differences, but as long as this person wasn't abusive to you or, speaking badly to you, you shouldn't be speaking badly of them. If the person did the best they could to be with you and you did the best you could to be with them, or to stay knowing them, or to stay talking to them, or to keep this person in your presence, then hey, it is what it is. But when it doesn't end like that, you just got to accept it and just move on and let people form their opinions, and don't get into anything because of what this person is saying. These people obviously love drama, and what they want to do is, because you broke up with them and you don't want to be with them, they want to try to make your life be worse. It's like, you don't want to be with me? Well, guess what? Your life is about to suck. So it's like they want to continue on the drama because it, like, basically they want the story to go how they want it to go and not how you want it to go. When you stop talking to them and you initially break it off, that's it. Don't pick up the phone. Don't feel bad and go back and talk to them. Don't try to give this person no closure. If you see this person out in public, don't walk up to them. Keep your distance from them. Tell them to keep their distance from you. There's nothing y'all need to discuss. This person doesn't need any more of your time. You don't need to give them any more of your time. You don't have to give them any more of your time. You don't owe this person anything. Explanation, reason why, nothing. All right, these people are aware that they treat people crazy. All right, they're aware that their way of doing things is different, and most of them expect other people to accept it just because they're the opposite sex. Oh, well, I'm this cool fly person and this is who I am, and if you want to be with me, you got to accept it and take me for me. Well, a smart person ain't going to do that. But the thing is, because they feel that way about themselves, they think they're cool, they think they're this fly person, which there's nothing wrong with. But when it comes down to you feeling that somebody should be with you because of that, and if they don't want to be with you, they're crazy because you're this great, wonderful person, then I'm sure we all know what to do with that. But you have to pretty much get people's resume before you can consider allowing them to enter into your life. People will put on their act. They will try to show you they're everything that you are, or they'll try to show you that you're everything that you would want. They'll try to mimic you, and they'll play like they're someone that you would want to be with. They'll take note on your life. They'll spend some time observing you. And that's what I believe happened to me. I believe that they spent time observing me, watching me, seeing what type of person that I was, and then they used that as a way to infiltrate and break and breach my security system and make me let my guard down. But never let your guard down with people you just met. All right. I don't care if you're by yourself. I don't care if you just want no contact and you don't have nobody to talk to and you're all alone and all that stuff. Tough it out. Be all alone. All right. Don't breach your security for someone that is new, someone that just came into your life. Don't let your guard down and allow someone to come in and just totally run amok and make things weird for you and how you want to run your life. because when you go to break it off with them, it's not going to be something that they're going to make easy. All right, this person is going to become a problem. This person is going to bring drama to your job. This person is going to bring drama to where you live, and they're going to try to get you to get into a fight with them. They're going to try to get you to argue, fuss, fight, curse back and forth, waste more energy on them. All right, all it's all good as long as your attention is on them. They don't even care if you're not with them anymore. But if they can make you upset and y'all can fuss and fight and you texting this person all this stuff, don't get into all that. All right, because they're obviously possessed, but they're feeding off of you, even though they're not with you. They're having a good time. These people love drama. They love to get people mad because they live in a drama reality. They can be like, drama to them is peace of mind. They love to just be chilling with their friends, or out, or having a good time, and having a whole argument with somebody on the phone, and the other person is mad, and they're fueling the fire and saying things to make you mad and upsetting you. Meanwhile, this person's in the Bahamas somewhere on the beach living their best life, getting a back rub, sipping a martini, while you're upset over what they're saying and mad because this person is saying things about you, because you no longer want to be with them. If you don't want to be with them, let them say what they want to say. You shouldn't care. You don't want to be with them. You're moving on. You don't care what this person does, what they have to say, who they say it to, who they do it with, what they have going on, what color shirt they're wearing, what they did to their new hair. You don't care about none of that. All you want to do is move forward and have peace. All right. And all you want to do is be able to stay focused on yourself and not get caught up in the slander, because what they'll try to do is they'll try to get underneath your skin to the point where now you're ready to get in your car and go find them. That's what they want. They want you to go after them. They want you to fight for them. All right. And these types of people already have somebody new on deck. So it won't just be you versus them. It's going to be you versus them. It's going to be you versus the new person they're with. It's going to be you versus it's going to be you versus the people that they slandered you to, that are thinking that it's something wrong with you because you don't want to be with this person anymore. That's what they do. All right. They cause trouble like that, and they find it funny when they can manipulate other people into being upset over them. All right, and that's the game they play. If people aren't upset over them, if people aren't mad over them, if people aren't getting into a fight over them, they don't care enough. And this person actually will get mad because they got mad because I said I wouldn't get into an argument over a woman. They got mad because I said I wouldn't get into no argue over no female, or get into an argument with a female, because it's not worth it. Me personally, I feel it's not worth getting into an argument over anything, but I'm not getting mad. I'll just leave. I'm not getting into an argument with you because I want peace. I'm not going to fuss and fight with you because it's not worth it for me. Knowing you isn't worth the fuss and fight. And this person was mad because I wouldn't fuss and fight with them. And they felt that, I guess, if I wouldn't get toxic with them, I didn't really want anything to do with them. But at that point, they made it that way, because someone that just wants peace, someone that just wants to work, chill, take care of their life and their responsibilities, someone who lives a life free of pressure and anxiety and annoyance, why would they want that in their life? It's like, yeah, I got this drama free life. I'm going to accept all the things I don't want just so you could be in my life. That's not happening. So that's why I fell off with that person, and I had stopped talking to that person, and me and that person haven't talked since. And it is what it is. All right. They would do whatever they had to do to try to get me out of character, because I had called it quits. And don't when you call it quits, if you allow them back in, all they're going to do, they're going to cry, they're going to act like it's the end of the world, and then they're going to flip the script on you. And then once they see you, back in a honeymoon stage, or back in a stage where you mess with them, or you like them again, or you're ready to hang out with them or see them again, then they're going to flip the script on you and break it off with you and take you through all that turmoil and stress, because they're going to get the last, they're going to get the last word. They're going to get the last word. They're going to get the last laugh. They're going to get the last everything. So don't deal with this person. Don't bring them back. Let them stay where they are. Let this person continue to have a miserable life if that's what they choose to do. But don't get back with this person, because they're only going to get back with you so that way they can do the leaving. If you leave someone like this, don't go back to them, because all they're going to do is get right back with you, smile in your face, wait till everything is good, and then they're going to leave you once they can get you to think that they've changed, or they're a new person, or that person that they used to be is dead and gone, which it ain't. All right, so people have to want to change. People won't change for you. People don't change for you. People change for themselves. All right, so that's all I have to say about this video. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. We out.